men to do the same job. Well, that's not fair, is it?
Let's go to the first question.
Hey everyone, welcome back to Raw Media, where we bring you all the real and woke. For today's video, we're going to be seeing some SJWs get humiliated live on TV. Jumping right into things, this is one hell of a burn.
Your free speech is during the Q&A, dude. I mean, like... Well, nobody hired you to come up here and talk. So if you want to convince somebody to hire you to talk...
She really embarrassed herself here.
If I knew that a male member of staff was speculating about how I look naked, I would cause the sort of fuss that would make Charlotte Proudman look meek. If I heard a female colleague doing the same thing about Andrew in accounts, I'd probably laugh and I might even join it.
This SJW literally had no defense.
A lot of your speech could incite the same kind of violence.
I mean, you heard my speech tonight. Do you feel that my speech could incite violence?
Well,
I mean that seriously. That's an honest question.
I know.
Jordan Peterson isn't too easy to tussle with.
Pretty fairly in Western culture already, but we can.
But they're really not, though, are they? I mean, otherwise, why would there only be 7 women running FTSE 100 companies in the UK? Why would there still be a pay gap, which we've discussed at length? Why are women at the BBC saying that they're getting paid illegally less than men to do the same job? Well, that's not fair, is it?
Let's go to the first question.
Something tells me that she won't be back on the show anytime soon.
No, you can't ask me a question.
Because you can't answer the question.
Oh, you can't ask me a question, honey. I can't answer, so don't even try.
What attracted the father of the Orlando terrorist to your candidate?
He's a mentally ill individual
Oh,
who
that's
ran
what
for
attracted
president.
him. I get it.
Pardon me?
What attracted him to your candidate? And your answer was he's mentally ill.
His mentor...
This SJW took a huge L.
I said it was a drug that was used for transgender kids, which is true. And I said that it had caused 6,000 deaths, which is true. But what I misspoke and what was misreported in the news is that all 6,000 were kids. And that obviously was not true. And I corrected it on my show the next day.
You can't dispel the rationality here. It's your responsibility.
Well, I think it's very rational to correct yourself when you make a mistake. And that's why I do it every time I can.
These presenters definitely weren't ready for this.
I'm a free speech activist, so sometimes I say outrageous and controversial things. Sometimes I'm a jokester and a trickster and a Loki-esque figure. The political left, the feminists and the social justice warriors and the leftist journalists don't like me very much and call me a variety of names because they find me difficult to categorize. They don't understand how a gay guy could have these opinions or whatever. I don't really fit into any box, so I represent sort of a threat to them because I'm persuasive and charismatic and have a huge fan base. They just really don't know how to deal with me.
As well done.
In this clip, there are actually some pretty good points, to be fair.
This is based on an assumption that there ought to be some kind of gender parity. My suggestion is that there isn't. We don't complain when women dominate subjects like nursing. We shouldn't complain when men dominate subjects like physics.
We're going to have to leave it there. We could chat for another hour on this. Milo, Doctor, thank you.
I think this is a lesson to not get Jordan Peterson's quotes wrong.
It's true. I have done that, but I haven't justified them on the basis of gender and class. Whatever the two categories.
You talk
not
about,
okay. That's an important distinction.
Okay, but you defend hierarchies in society in a way that you talk a lot about the Pareto distribution, yes?
That doesn't mean I defend it.
Well, okay.
Okay.
Yes.
These guys are just so embarrassing.
So I met this guy online. We had our first date at a wine bar.
Okay.
I really liked him. Tall, dark, handsome, totally my type. We had a good conversation. The bill comes. It's $20.
Okay.
And he wanted to split it. $10 each.
Ben Affleck wasn't having any of it.
Accused of apostasy.
Or how about the more than 1 billion people who aren't fanatical, who don't punch women, who just want to go to the store,
wait a second.
sandwiches,
Wait a
break
second.
5 times a day, and don't do any of the things that you're saying all Muslims
Wait a second.
stereotyping.
Wait a second.
Things, and you painting the whole religion with that same brush.
Let's get down to who.
Never mess with Milo Yiannopoulos.
Right, don't you? No, I want to put some of that satire to you. I want to put some of your own satire to you. Wait a minute. I know you want women to log off the internet, but we are now in the Channel 4 News studio. You have to allow me to speak. You said.
Ben Shapiro really made her look silly in this one.
Okay, but you're still saying these kids should not be accepted because they don't really fit in either place? They can't just
I'm saying that the Boy Scouts have a standard. You must be a biological boy to be a Boy Scout. You have to be a boy to be a Boy Scout.
Where's that written though? Okay.
In the name Boy Scouts.
They tried to protest but ended up getting roasted.
So oppressed, my dears. I know life is so hard for you. You have to live in the richest, most equitable, most just country in the history of the world. You have to get a college education. You have to voluntarily go to lectures. It's so awful. I can't imagine that, you know, the people who are in war-torn nations, they must truly pity you.
He definitely embarrassed himself here.
Refugee ban that's currently in place.
What are the
it just seems that if you're going to take, you're asking which of the 7 countries?
Yeah, what are the 7 countries?
Oh, you've got like Iran, Iraq. I can't list off all of them, but it lists off 7 countries.
Right.
There's 5 others. I believe that Turkey's probably on it. Syria's on it. Okay, well, Syria's on it.
She literally just proved Jordan's point.
I believe that there are definitely some biological differences between the sexes. We've observed them. I do believe that gender is a hugely powerful social structure that we've built on top of that it is largely, but not entirely, socially constructed. I think when you look back through the history, you know, biological differences have consistently shrunk. Like we were talking in the 80s.
They haven't in Scandinavia. They've made...
Shapiro really did Trump like this.
I do not, because I watched that campaign. I don't think that Donald Trump could collude with his own left foot.
He shut that SJW down quick.
So we should just let people who are, in your opinion, inherently bad run amok with no checks?
No, that's what's so beautiful about the Constitution. Bad people are going to try to corrupt their power, and we have checks and balances against them. So you just said something I never said. That's why we have an electoral college. That's why we have a House of Representatives. That's why we have a Supreme Court. That's why we have 3 branches of government. That's why the states created the federal government. That's why if a president gets out of power, he can be impeached and removed of office. That's why
This chick came to an argument without any facts.
Who were the people who took the American Indians off their ancestral lands, drove them further west, enslaved the ones who stayed, killed the ones who resisted? The answer, the Jacksonian Democrats of the 19th century. They did it.
She really got done dirty with this one.
People on the left and on the right in some cases, so I'm not saying it's exclusive out there, say things based on things they hear from sources they want to believe, as opposed to looking at the facts, and then we can have a disagreement on what the facts are, but the facts were not included in your statements out there.
Thanks for watching this video, guys. If you enjoyed it, then feel free to leave a like and subscribe to the channel for more content like this and much more. Goodbye for now, guys, and we'll see you next time.